When do the documents to be submitted expire? There are documents that have no expiry date, and there are other documents that expire. When does a document expire? It expires after 3 months. 3 months from when? Not from when the document was issued. The regulations are clear. They say from the last stamp that was put on the document, as long as there is a logical period of time between the issue and the corresponding stamps, i.e., if I take a notarial document and it takes me 3 months to get it stamped by the Ministry of Justice or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it is out of date and they will only take into account the date on which the original document was issued to me. But if I put the corresponding stamps, for example, the stamp of the Ministry of Justice and the stamp of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and between one stamp and another, there are logical periods. The one that counts is the last stamp, which would be in some countries such as Morocco, the apostille, and in some countries such as Algeria, the authentication of the consulate. There must be 3 months from the last stamp, which are logical times, and if the time limit between the stamps is not logical, from the first stamp, 3 months. But there are documents that do not have these 3 months of expiry. There are documents that do not have an expiry date. What are these documents? Well, for example, a profit or tax return in which we declare the invoices and profits. This, of course, has no expiry date. Why? Because it is submitted on the due date and that's it. For example, a purchase or a sale, to prove that we have a property, for which we ask for a certificate from the land registry, has an expiry date. Why? Because we have been able to sell it afterwards, and we have 3 months of expiry. For example, the Articles of Association of a company do not expire. It has no expiry date, but be careful. It must be presented together with a certificate of commercial registration, stating that the company is still functioning. So, the Articles of Association do not have an expiry date, but the accompanying commercial register does have an expiry date. Documents that have or do not have an expiry date at the same time. A birth certificate, why does it have or not have an expiry date? Well, because it depends on the civil servant. There are some civil servants who consider that a birth certificate does not have to expire, and there are other civil servants who consider or apply the regulations to the letter and give it the 3 months of expiry. Oh, a birth certificate, in short, if we have time to renew it, in case the 3 months are over and we can renew it, fine. And if not, we're going to hand it in like that. And if it is not fine, they are going to require it. They are not going to refuse a file because of this, but they are going to require it. I hope this has helped you to have more information. We are at your disposal and we invite you to subscribe to the channel. Best regards.